I'm in the big leagues. Yeah, told him I'ma hit it out the stands. I deserve another 100 bands. I deserve another 100 fans. Told them this was always in the plans. I just did it cause they said I can. Blowing euros when I'm down in France. Labels asking how I build a brand. Told them put a check up in my hands. Boy got time, no cap. Made a few checks, but they all in the raps. Had a few friends, but they suck in the past. I don't even trip when I'm thinking about that. Hopped in the whip and we all in black. Shawty wanna ride till the hop in the back. 0 to 100, seen a rap on the dash. They ain't catching up, dog, I'm moving too fast. I'm in the big leagues. Told them don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making hits, dog, like I'm in a big league.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Man, we already got almost 200 people in the building. Make sure you hit your like button on the way in. The Miami Dolphins finally getting us some help on the O-line. We're going to talk about that and the additional signings at the linebacker position. And then we'll go through a few things that we still need to try to round this roster out to be a very solid roster. Salute to Jose with the donation already. Said, I hear he's a really good run blocker, ranked in at number 11 amongst guards. We need a center and a tackle down. Okay. I agree with that. Now, will we get it? That's what we have to wait to find out. There's still a lot of holes on this roster. And what I mean by that, not primary holes, but we still got to sign a whole bunch of people for depth. We still got a lot of people on this roster that we have to bring in as depth pieces to begin with. Y'all give me a second. I'm trying to fix something here real quick. All right. Yeah, we still trying to bring in a lot of pieces that we can so that we can have some good quality depth in Miami. But again, you know, we got to let them follow the plan, see what the outcome ends up being, and see what they end up doing when it's all said and done. So once we have our final team, we know where we are, and we know what we're going to do from that point, all right? Now, make sure you hit the like button on your way in. If you're new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe. Let your friends and family members know about the channel as well. We're also still waiting on the Miami Dolphins to make the appropriate cuts that need to be made. That's something that we all are really, really, really waiting on. To be real. Oh, I think I cut out. Y'all give me a second and I'll have the video up in just a moment. I have to, I guess, reboot my camera. Not sure what actually happened. Can you guys hear me? Let me know in the comment section. Can you hear me? Somebody said, welcome to TD Fins Hide and Seek. Can you hear me? Let me know in the comment section. All right, cool. All right, so the audio's good. I'm just waiting on the video. It's rebooting up. I'm sorry, y'all. All right, I'll just deal with that later. All right, let's go ahead and get rolling. That should be good now. All right. Hopefully everybody can see me. Can everybody see me? Let me know now in the comment section if you can see me just fine. Greer hacked you. All right, y'all can see me. All right, we good, man. I'll figure out the rest of that later. All right, man. So my bad, y'all. Let's go ahead and get this underway. As you all know, we've made some signings today. We'll go ahead and start with I'll basically go through all the news from today so far. Of all the additions, the things that we've done. Some of the ones I want to quickly brush over. We brought a Landon Roberts back, almost another $3 million. That means we're not getting an inside linebacker in free agency. Everybody's saying, oh, we'll go get it in the draft, bro. We don't know if that's a starter. We need a starting caliber inside linebacker. Anything we get in the draft, that inside linebacker, because they probably won't use the number 29th pick on it, you cannot count on as a starter. You can hope you draft a great one and he becomes a starter, but you can't count on it. That was one of the main ones I was hoping that we would get in free agency. So we brought Landon Roberts back. We brought Duke Riley back as well. And our inside linebacking core is what it is. So anything else that we get from a inside linebacking standpoint is a hopeful. It's a hopeful. We hope that it turns out to be great. We hope that the guy we draft or pick up becomes good, whatever it is. All right. All right. That's the reality. So that's our linebacking room. We filled it with the same players we already had. So nothing wrong with that. It was cool. Defense is the same. We have upgraded nothing on defense. It is the same. Now, remember, we ended the season with the 18th ranked defense. We couldn't stop the run. We were not a good run stopping team. We just couldn't stop it. Shout out to Cool and Heat with the donation. Appreciate you, homie. I'm still hopeful that they go get a true nose tackle, an anchor to go with Raekwon Davis. He did get hurt last year. And until he comes back to true form, I feel like we need help in that area. Otherwise, we have the exact. I mean, think about it, y'all. We are shaping up to have the exact O-line. I mean, defenses last year. Few more guys we got to wait to see what they're gonna do. Like Jason McCourty. We got to see what they're gonna do with Eric Rowe and a few other guys. So Raekwon is a beast. You may not notice he was one of our lowest rated defenders last year, but I'm calculating that to be due to his injury and that he just didn't play well since then. So we'll see if he turns the corner this year. He started out on fire, but last year he was one of our worst. Honestly, I think he was the worst rated defender. I really think he was the worst. I got to go check it out again. All right. TD McCourty was a 1-year deal. No, I know, but what I'm saying is, will they bring him back? All right. Greer version of aggressiveness is shopping at Dollar Tree hoping the product work. This has been a sorry free agent so far. I will say that is a fair analogy. But I think the products that we bought that we hope work can provide huge upside. Still doesn't change that you're right with your analogy. But I think those products do provide a really good upside. I'm going to be honest and tell you, I'm not opposed to what we're doing right now. I don't think there's an issue with what we're doing right now. If we got an elite quarterback and paid him big money, this is exactly what we would have had to do anyway. But I do recognize that quarterback is expected to carry more. I just don't understand if we're taking this approach, no real big signings and big name guys, and we're spending middle of the road anyway. I don't understand that you're putting average or slightly above average players all around the quarterback we have. So, difference in philosophy of football. I know a lot of people argue that this is still a team that can win. Let's see when free agency is over. Let's see what when free agency is over and we know we got everybody we want signed. Let's compare us to other teams. Again, it'll be all on paper. But right now, me and Em had a conversation last night. I basically had us in that conversation around the 11th or 12th best team right now in the AFC. We went through it line by line, each team. We talked about at least on paper what teams that we're not better than right now. And in the AFC, we were number 14. Number 12. And it was debatable because 11 or 12, we were going back and forth. And that's as of right now. With the move today, bringing in that guard, it's a big signing. I think that it's going to help us, but I don't think that it changes where we rank in the AFC because we weren't a guard away from being a playoff team. We were not a guard away. You know how they say, "Oh, we not a quarterback away." Why y'all always say watching? We not a quarterback away. Well, we definitely wasn't a guard away. We were not a guard away. So we got our guard though. Okay. We have our guard. Connor Williams, 2-year, $14 million, 7 apiece. Huge steal, in my opinion, because he's one of the better guards in the NFL. Has some penalty issues. We discovered that. He definitely has penalty issues. When you talk to Cowboy fans, I call some, y'all know I used to live in Dallas for like 10 years. I called some of the diehard Cowboy fans that I know that just aren't fans. Like, yeah, my team, they actually study their team just as much as I do and know the players in and out. All of them say he's a bum. All of them say that guy there ruined so many critical drives and he always getting pushed back. He holds on every play and he should have 3 times the amount of holds. It's just that they don't call them all. At some point, you don't want to call them all because when you hold so much. But I also think that they're bitter because they had the team that should have done something special. So they use guys like him to be a scapegoat. I'm not dismissing what they're saying. I'm not going to dismiss what they're saying. They watch the teams every week. Okay? But I'll just keep it in the back of my head and, see how he does in Miami. So, really don't know what to think about it because there has to be something wrong. His counterparts that were not ranked as high as him and didn't have a stat line as high as him got way more money than him, more guarantees. And I was like, this might end up being the steal of the free agency, but something must be wrong. And when they said the penalties, I feel like the penalties still shouldn't have made it that wrong. So, and I know everybody, like you said, is living off of PFF stats that don't tell the full picture. We'll see what we get in the player this year, man. We'll see what we get this year. But it's fair to say that I'm pretty confident at least he should be more promising than anything we have at the left guard position. He should be more promising than anything we have. So, with that being said, we upgraded. Now, I hope he can shake the penalty and the holding bug. Why? Because this offense with Tua Tagovailoa can't survive penalties. You already had Austin Jackson was the number 2 in the league in penalties. And Connor, who we just brought in, is number 1 in the league. Ain't that something, y'all? Agree to disagree with the donation said, TD, I heard he led the league in false starts. How does that help? So far, how do you consider the new help for Tua? Success or fail? Neutral. It ain't a success nor a failure. I feel like it ain't no different. Other than a better guard that may be able to help him on a few plays if he don't set him back with down and distance. See, guys with penalties render your run game obsolete. Guys that get a lot of penalties hurt your run game. Because on 1st and 10, if you run for 5 yards, you good. On 1st and 15, you run for 5 yards. 2nd down becomes a passing situation. On 1st and 20, you run for 5 yards. The defense knows you just got into a passing situation. And we need the run game to take some attention off of Tua and hopefully open it up for him. So what we've done in free agency so far, it ain't bad, but it ain't good. It's just we brought in more players to build a team so we can have a presentation on the field this year is what I feel. Because again, I've already told y'all, I have stopped just focusing on the Dolphins and I start focusing on all the teams just to see where we stack up. And we ain't stacking up in the AFC, y'all. Everybody want to say things like, yeah, but our coaching staff can make all the difference. So why is a first-time head coach and a first-time coach for a lot of the coaches we got in their position, why are they supposed to be like this ultimate first time come in and coach better than coaches that's already been to the playoffs every year, to championship rounds every year and Super Bowls? Why are they supposed to just leap the line in front of everybody and just be 10 times better coaches than the great coaches that's going to make up for the difference of our lack of talent on the roster compared to their teams? Let me say something that I thought about right before I went live, and I want you to hear me and hear me very well, okay? I'm going to say this and let this simmer in your brain. You can build a roster of players that will give their best and they actually perform their best and still lose because the competition across from you is just more talented. So when people say if we implement this system and everyone executes and they play their best football, Why would that give us an advantage over the Chiefs if they implement their system and everybody does their job and everybody executes? Just because somebody has success on you doesn't mean you're not executing. Sometimes they're just more talented. Austin Jackson can play his best football, but Aaron Darnold is still going to embarrass him. The cohesive unit can play their best ball together, but if the opposition plays their best ball together, it's going to come down to who has more talent. At some point, we got to stop making it seem like we're the only ones who can coach, who can have a coach that makes the difference. We're the only one who can establish a run game that helps. We're the only one who can get an O-line to support their quarterback. We act like if we do these things, it's guaranteed to make the difference. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, we can do everything on your wish list and still may not be the 7th best team in the AFC. Because at the end of the day, sometimes it just comes down to talent. Let that simmer in your brain. So in a regular season, because I'm telling y'all, I could name many seasons 5 years, 6, 7 years ago where I might have actually felt real good about this roster and felt like I had a chance to compete with anybody just from a well-rounded standpoint. But what people started doing in the last 3 years with the salary cap, kicking the bucket down the road and going for it now, sometimes you just can't keep up with the talent. Sometimes you just can't keep up with the talent on the other team. Alan said, how can I become a member? It should be right down there next to the chat. You know where you type that in? You'll see a smiley face, a dollar symbol. You can click on that dollar symbol and donation and membership and super chat will be all in that one area. Appreciate you even inquiring about becoming a member. Thanks for the support or the thought to support. So this is what I fear the Miami Dolphins may be entering into. We build a nice, solid team and we scratch our head like, why didn't we make the playoffs? Because sometimes, no, let me stop saying sometimes. Usually, in the NFL, talent reigns supreme. Talent reigns supreme, ladies and gentlemen. The Colts ain't even got a quarterback and they got more talent on their roster than us. I'm just keeping it 1,000. 7 guys made the Pro Bowl last year. Even if you went through our roster and named players you might have felt got snubbed, you ain't even gonna pass 4. Talent reigns supreme. You gotta go get talent. You gotta go get talent. The only way that this format in today's NFL works is if the NFL gives a hard cap where you can't structure deals. You just got to give a deal and divide the annual. If teams had to give a deal and just divide the annual, they can't, on a 2-year, $20 million deal, they can't do 5 this year and 15 next year. If they just had to average the contract out and every year that's what it is, then you would see more teams competing, and what we're doing right now, you would feel a whole lot better about. You would feel a whole lot better about. But that ain't how the salary cap works. Somebody said Jags overpaid Kirk. You know why? Because they know talent reigns supreme. Forget the dollar amount. They got him. You see what I'm saying? They got him. What, you gonna go against them in the regular season? I don't think we play them, but I'm just saying in general. You gonna go against them in the regular season, and when they get that W and you get that L, when you lose, you're gonna say, yeah, but they overpaid Kirk. Like, you see what I mean? There's no consolation prize to recognize somebody was overpaid. They got him. Talent reigns supreme. Wide receiver market was kind of bad, though, and I agree. They had to, but it's better than, I mean, Kirk is better than what we got. I know them diehard Dolphin fans don't want to say stuff like that, but better than what we got. He's definitely a better player than what we got. A guy who's been proven to be a number 2 on the field. Salute to the homie BB Speed Runner, becoming a member of the channel. Welcome to the team, homie. Let me see, man. Got the Pro Bowl status. I appreciate you, man. Like I always tell people, you ain't gonna always agree with everything I say. But I do my best to give you my honest takes. Kirk over Waddle? Absolutely not. I mean, you lost your mind? No, y'all don't understand. Waddle is already superior. I'm not trying to knock at Tua, but I'm just saying he just needs a superior. Well, let me not say he needs a superior quarterback. If he had a superior quarterback, Waddle would be in the Pro Bowl every year. I think TD talking about Cedric Wilson, not Waddle. Yeah, y'all thought I was saying Kirk better than Waddle? No, I'm talking about better than what we got in free agency because somebody brought up the market, and we're talking about the current market. Waddle ain't out here getting a deal. Waddle really ain't that far from Chase. How you know he ain't better? He just ain't been unleashed. I feel like Waddle will get better separation in the short and intermediate than Chase. Chase just got the opportunities. Chase got the deep ball thrown to him in tight coverage. Chase made plays with defenders on his back. He got the opportunities. Tua don't throw nothing to the Waddle like that. I think Tua got 2 passes to Waddle where it was tight coverage, but he turned around on the back shoulder 50-50. How you know Waddle ain't better than Chase? Chase just gets the benefit of the doubt because his quarterback delivered that ball right where it needed to be in tight coverage. Tua held it. Tua didn't throw it at all in the tight coverage. Only when Waddle is wide open and he know that he can get it to him, he throws it. Burrow says he ain't wide open, but let's test my skills. And sometimes Burrow wasn't even accurate with it, but he allowed Chase to come back and make the play. Go look at the big time throw ratings. They tell you all you need to know. These are facts. And I'm not hating on Tua. I'm actually sticking up for Waddle. Why would anybody just automatically assume Chase is better than Waddle? He did. Look at all he did with that. Now, I could see if Waddle was never getting open and Tua maximized it with him and that's all he got, bam. I could see if that was the case. I am telling y'all now, Waddle can be a 1,500-yard receiver. Waddle can be a 1,500-yard receiver. Point, period, blank. He can. The man can be a 1,500-yard receiver. Last year, I felt like he should at least had 1,300. At least. Am I wrong? Do y'all feel like Waddle could have had more last year if there was better play on the team with the O-line and the quarterback play? Who says he won't be? Time will tell. We got 1 year in the books, and we saw that year, and we know what we saw on the field. He could have had more. He should have had more. He should have been a Pro Bowler. We got to be honest with ourselves. Waddle is going to be a premier receiver in this league. Waddle is going to be way better than Jarvis Landry is when his career is said and done, if he can get the right quarterback play. Matter of fact, I'll do you one better. Who you like better, Waddle coming into the league or Jarvis Landry early on? Who you like better? Should be an easy one. Who you like better? Waddle coming into the league or Landry coming into the league? Their impact and how they played on the field. You got to say Waddle. We've seen both of their young careers. Waddle all day, right? What you don't want Waddle to turn into, is Jarvis Landry, who is a phenomenal receiver, right? But the reason why Jarvis Landry is who he is and not an elite receiver, he's a good, great receiver, he ain't elite, is because everywhere he's gone, he's been limited by his quarterback, including when he was here with Tannehill. Tannehill just took advantage of all the short and intermediate stuff with Waddle, getting the yards after the catch. Landry. You do not want Waddle to become Landry, because although he'll be great, why not let a guy have an opportunity to go to the Hall of Fame? Jarvis Landry is a prime example of, if he played with Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers his whole career, they be talking about he's on his way to the Hall of Fame. He would have been a Pro Bowler every year. He would have at least had 2 to 3 All-Pro nods by now. They'd have been talking about, if he could give us about 3 more years of this, he could be argued about being a Hall of Fame receiver. But they always look good with these bad quarterbacks, and people don't realize how much better they could have been. Okay, what you say? It's the truth. So our quarterback needs to cater to that. Our quarterback needs to control what he can control and make plays and take shots. Be aggressive. No more scariness. Go after it. Your guys out there, and anybody who want to dispute what I'm saying right now, well, we're just going to ignore and make an excuse for Mike Gesicki jumping up and down off his feet after all of those plays throughout the season out of frustration, teed off because the ball didn't come to him wide open with the clean pocket on that play. You think we're just supposed to ignore how Waddle used to jump up off his feet like, I was open? All of them showed open frustration on camera, not national, but on our TVs. You saw them. You saw them get wide open many times and jump off the ground like, why would you throw it in the underneath when I'm right here open? And we all saw it. We're just supposed to ignore that? No. Our guy got to get better. I'm rooting for him to get better this year. I'm looking forward to Tua taking that next step, minimizing errors, playing great football, got me feeling like, man, hey, I got to give it to this kid. Like, I just want to feel that. I want to be able to reverse course and be like, listen, y'all, if I'm saying it, QB1 balling right now. I just want to do that. Like, I want to say it with conviction and mean it. And not just trying to big up him because he had a solid game, but no. I want to really be like, I ain't gonna lie, Tua eating right now. Tua's doing this, Tua's doing that. Oh, I ain't even gonna lie. Y'all know me. I don't get this kid nothing. You got to respect what he's doing on that field right now, man. I like this. Man, if we can get this consistency, Greer is a genius. Mike McDaniel is a genius. We dodged to having to pay for Watson or even being mad that we didn't get him. Man, oh my gosh, I didn't see this coming, but gosh. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want to do that. People think I really deep down inside am a hater of Tua. I just got to call it how I see it. And unfortunately, it's been very unfavorable. I am waiting just like y'all for that day. He'd be like, oh, he going to show y'all this year. When people say to me, he going to prove you wrong in 2022, you're basically acknowledging that he ain't proved nothing yet. When people do that to me, you hate Tua, he going to prove you wrong this year. You're basically acknowledging that I'm right, that he ain't did nothing. Because otherwise you wouldn't say that. You would just say, bro, you delusional. That man been playing great football and blah, blah. You would already feel that way. You're acknowledging, you're hating just like me then. Because without realizing it, you're acknowledging what I'm saying by saying in 2022, he going to prove you wrong. You're acknowledging what I'm saying when you say that. Because I want him to prove me wrong. I can't wait till the day when people come, yeah, keep the same energy. Told you Tua was going to prove you wrong. This guy's a clown. He never knew what he was talking about, y'all. I can't wait for that day for all y'all to rain down all the told you shows TD. Because I'm a happy man. The Dolphins are on their way to the playoffs. And we got a chance to win a Super Bowl. I'm a happy man. I might even create a stream. Come bash me for being wrong about Tua. It might be the title. I don't know. I would love that. I would love that. But I promise y'all before we drafted, I said whoever we get at quarterback, they gets nothing. They only get praise when they play. They play requires praise. I like your attitude, man. You speak real, but want. It went by fast. Let me see. You speak real, but want to see better. You want to be wrong for the benefit of the team. Absolutely, because I truly, this is the unfortunate part. I truly do have an evaluation of Tua Tagovailoa as being good enough to not be good enough. And what that means is he will never be a bum in this league. The kid has traits that isn't going to be a disaster on a football field. I just truly, with my analysis, don't feel like he is a franchise quarterback. That's just my analysis. It may be wrong, but I gotta stand on what I analyze, and I know it's unpopular because we want to find a franchise quarterback. It's just what I believe. It ain't no different from any topic you see on national TV. I mean, they could debate who's the better quarterback. Skip and Shannon can debate who's the better quarterback, Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady. If they're on different sides of the spectrum, Skip says Tom and Shannon says Aaron, that's just their analysis. It don't make either of them right until we see the battle or whatever it may be. But I just feel, I'm be honest, I feel like it's really unfair for Dolphin fans to get mad that I just come up with my analysis and I know it's unfavorable, but everything ain't going to be beautiful. And I know it's the most important position and we need that position to be great, but you don't need everybody to tell you that it's going to be great, especially if there's a chance that it won't. Because if it doesn't, you can look at 95% of all beat writers, YouTubers, journalists, analysts, whatever you want to call it, 95% of them are going to be wrong. And in 2 years, they are already headed in the wrong direction. We just don't make the conclusion in 2 years. You make the conclusion in 4 years. We gave Tua 3 years because of the quarterback opportunities. Then when we saw different lights, we gave it 2 years and we tried to move off, but it didn't work. So he's back to 3. But a true analysis of a quarterback, I believe everybody should get their rookie contract, 4 years. But I believe that if they haven't done it by year 3, you bring in the replacement competition just in case they don't do it in 4. Or just in case that competition ends up beating them out in camp for 4, then you anyway. TD, Tua has a lot of work to do. How many times has he came to the line with 8 in the box and he still hand off the ball? That's an audible play. I just don't see it. Keep up the good work. I got to be fair to, I ain't going to say be fair to him, but I got to offer some context with that. Tua was destined. I feel like Tua's destined to fail because of the expectation coming in. We expected him to be pro style ready. Just so y'all know, when we drafted Tua Tagovailoa, we expected a quarterback who was going to run a pro style offense. This is key. Matter of fact, we about to have a conversation that nobody talks about. We expected a quarterback who can come in and maybe he would take time to learn it, but he has the intangibles based off of the college film to run the pro style offense. He can run it. We got him in the building and they started mini camps and all of that, learning and all of that, pro style. They knew they had to abandon it quick. They said, heck no. He can't run a pro style yet. To their defense, it makes it hard for him to prove he can if he don't even learn the playbook. Learning the playbook had nothing to do with his hip. Learning the playbook had nothing to do with it just ain't had nothing to do with nothing but him. So if you can't prove that you can play the pro style because you can't even learn the playbook right away, we got to go with something that you can learn right away and do right away. We never meant to put Tua in an RPO. We didn't. So their expectation of him was already inflated. And when they came back down to earth, they added on top of it, this guy is going to take time to learn a playbook. So they couldn't They couldn't give him the very thing that I feel like he would be most successful at. If you're looking for the Tua back in Alabama, then we should have brought him in to learn the pro style offense and let him struggle early on and deal with the consequences. Y'all better look out for Zach Wilson. They just allowed him to struggle for 2 years. I mean, for his time over there. They did it right over there. A rookie coming in learning a pro style system, it ain't easy for no one. I know we look at the Herberts of the world, but Herbert was audible in college, running the system. I know we look at the Burrows of the world, but they were running it in college. Nick Saban mixed it up in that regard. See, Joe Burrow and Herbert in college, they were required to come to the line of scrimmage. See, people think that, yeah, but Herbert and Burrow and them had just as good of a team as Alabama. Not true. It's a lie, y'all. The talent on Alabama is so superior to every team. There has to be a number two. But when you really go look at the raw data of prospects coming out of high school, Alabama is, oh my gosh, listen, y'all, it's like the U.S., the money we spend on national security. We're up here, and we spend more than the next 9 put together. But I get why people say that, because you got to have a number two. So it ain't bad. It ain't bad talent, but Alabama's talent is so superior. Y'all don't even understand. But here's the difference, where in college, those teams can still be elite. Their quarterbacks, they come to the line of scrimmage. At Alabama, you can get an 8-man front and still hand the ball off and get 6 yards. Am I wrong? At Alabama, you can get an 8-man front and still hand the ball off and get 6 yards. At LSU, you can't do that. People think you can, but you can't do that. But the reason why they never noticed that they couldn't do that is because the quarterback was already audible in college. He was already getting out of that play. He was already telling his line what he want and signaling to his receivers what he want to do. So they got their yardage in a quick slant or something like that. But at Alabama, you didn't need to audible. You're going to enforce your will because you have the talent. And people don't see that. And people are like, oh, that's wrong. They got talent too. They do. Compare Alabama talent. Oh my gosh, it is different. Y'all don't get it. Yes, LSU got great, amazing talent compared to everybody else. But compared to Alabama, no, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Their talent level at every single position. What people don't realize is Alabama probably ain't got a single player on their roster that ain't the top 3 at their position coming out of high school. But you don't notice that LSU on offense may have 6 players in the top 10, not top 3, and maybe 4 players in the top 3, and 1 or 2 players in the top 25. Still a great cumulus group. Amazing. But God dog, I am telling y'all, it is night and day. People need to understand that. People need to understand that, man. So let me see something real quick. Where is this? My bad. Somebody sent me something. I'll try to pull it up later so y'all can see. I can't see. I'll get on that later. Oh, my bad. But anyway, man, that's all I'm saying. That's the difference. That's the difference. And I knew that with Tua coming into the league. And you know what? It was like when I really did my research on Tua and everything in my analysis ended up having support. I would look at his game and I would say, dang, he going to throw the ball even if it ain't open, because when he does play great competition and they play good defense on a sporadic play here and there, the ball goes there even if it's guarded. Sometimes his receiver will make a heck of a play, or it'll be like, what was Tua thinking? But it still worked out in his favor. I was noticing that, and I'm like, I think he's so used to everything being perfect that he's going to play football anyway. He just going to throw it. And then you had players from LSU, after they beat him, go on national TV and say, what we know about Tua is he's going to throw the ball even if it's not open. Then you've had 2 players in 2 years say the same thing in the NFL. Y'all think they saying that for their health? Yeah, they hating because they don't like him. But you think they just saying that? It's actually true, y'all. Tua ain't reading no defense. He knows the play where his guy's supposed to be. When he hiked the ball, he going to put it where it's supposed to be and hope that everything works out. And truth be told, you got more sorry defenses than good ones in this league. That actually works in this league. There's actually a lot more quarterbacks like that than y'all think in this league. Some of them make a living off of it and do it very well. Some of them do it very well. So I knew that he was going to take time to adjust to the pro style in NFL football, because college windows are not NFL windows. And I knew that that would be the difference in his game. And he's shown that in the NFL that he hasn't adjusted to the windows yet. Every so often you'll see a slant right on the money with a defender just missing it. And in our mind, wow, he read that defender and put it right where it's supposed to be. The truth of the matter is he never read the defender. He just put it where it was supposed to be, regardless of where the defender was. And since the defender almost made a play on it, it looked even more pretty, because the ball ended up right out of the touch. And we think that, oh, that's just perfect play, keeping it away from the defender. That's what we equated to. So when I did my analysis, man, I knew he would struggle in that area. And I said, if Tua becomes a great quarterback, it's going to be in year 3. Now, people keep on bringing up to me, but TD, you said even he was going to be a great quarterback in year 3. So why are you wanting like Watson and not letting him do his year 3? Because I said he'll be a great quarterback in year 3 if they put him in a pro-style system and let him struggle for 2 years. He would get it in year 3. But now this man is about to go into his 3rd or 4th system in year 3. He about to go into his 3rd system. Sometimes there's a learning curve with just that to begin with. And ladies and gentlemen, this offensive system is more complex than what we've been running. Y'all know what we've been running with him is elementary. Same formation, same plays, Waddle in motion. He got 2 options. He either going to veer out in the flat for 2-yard throw, try to get yards at the catch, or he going to run the wheel route. Gesicki and Parker going to slant off of that, or it could be a mix of whoever at whatever position at the time. But it's the same thing. And then on occasions, we'll throw in a little bit of intermediate game. We'd run like 4 different plays out of one formation. You just know what it's going to be. We made it easy. This offense is a lot more complex. You got to read different people on the defense. And that's why Mike said he want to get him in the film room and start teaching him. He wants to hurry up and get him in the film room so they can start teaching and learning. And I'm telling y'all, Tua said it on camera himself. He ain't the type of guy that learns from film. He's a kinesthetic guy. He don't learn like that. I showed y'all the video where he even said it, I'm the type of guy, I don't just learn from watching film, and I don't learn that way. I'm the type of guy that has to, go out on the field and put it into play, and then I'm learning it. He said that. I played that clip for y'all plenty times in the past. And that's my only concern now. I'm banking on Mike McDaniel to have a different learning approach to teach him. But again, this is the type of guy that got to be out on that field learning. That's why I'm happy he has been working outside. You're interpreting that poorly. No, I'm not. I'm not interpreting that poorly. I know exactly what the man said. I know exactly. I done played it on camera and film. I'm interpreting that exactly how it is. He's a kinesthetic learner. He said it himself. I'm not the type of guy that, really, really learns off of film and the playbook. I learn off of actually doing it. He said it himself. He said it himself. I made that assumption and he confirmed it. I'm not interpreting that. Those were his words. Can anybody interpret what I just said any differently? Those were his words. I'm not mixing words. Those were the words. Can you interpret that any other way? Basically wings it. No, he doesn't wing it. I'm that way. I know what he's talking about because I'm kinesthetic. You can give me a playbook. You can show me film. I can talk through it, but execution, I can only, like some guys can go in the film room and go out on the field and know what to do. I'm just like Tua. I got to see the defense actually do it and feel the separation and feel how fast they can get over there and all of that. I have to feel it. I've always been a kinesthetic person. Most people are kinesthetic. You could be multiple things, but he's dominant kinesthetic, just like me. That's why people be like, how can you just go live and blah, blah, blah? I'm kinesthetic. I'm not like some people will start a channel. They will write their show down, do all their notes. And when they're live and no kinesthetic people, once they get it, they can go. They can go. They can go. They can ride out. They don't need to read right. They don't need the audio. They don't need all of that. They go. I barely write notes for shows anymore. The reason why I barely write notes for shows anymore, just like Tua in his game, in this system, once you know it, you know it. You don't forget it. Every time you see something new and you fail at it, once you correct it, it's corrected for life. Once I studied this team and I know all the ins and all the outs, and I know it keeps changing with new people, but once I know, I don't need nothing. I just go. And that's the thing with Tua. The more he sees a look, the better he's going to get at it. I've seen him do it this year. I've seen him throw certain routes where he hesitated or it wasn't on point or he read it wrong, and the same opportunity presented itself later in the game and he stuck it. And I've said it on my streams. I've seen where he's made a mistake and in the same game came back to the same thing and stuck it and got it. That's why I always tell y'all too. My favorite game wasn't the Cardinals game last year. It was the Patriots game that he played. Not that last one, but y'all know it was that Patriots game that he played. Because I saw a player who struggled in the first half, and in the second half, a lot of the same stuff was thrown his way, but he figured it out. I saw him. I saw the oh my gosh, what is this in the first half? And the same stuff that they threw at him, he had the same situation, same opportunity, and he figured it out. That was my favorite game from Tua last year. Not last year as in the year just passed, the one before that, his rookie year is what I'm talking about. His rookie year. That game versus the Patriots. That game, I saw a kid struggle in the first half and got the same looks in the second half and figured it out. Oh, the Cardinals was no. He made adjustments in that game that he had to make, not what was around him, and he figured it out and got that W. TD, your analysis is faulty. Just because he said it doesn't mean it's the way it happens. Well, did y'all just hear what this person said? Just because he said it doesn't mean that's the way it happens. Bro, why you read more into it? The man said, this is how I learn, and you want to try to change how he learned. He told you how he learns, and you want to change what he's saying, say maybe he didn't mean it that way. Do you realize me saying that he's a kinesthetic learner and that's how he learns actually gives him a fair excuse? Because if that ain't the reason, then he just trash. If that reason ain't correct, then that's actually a bad thing for him. Then we don't know what the heck is wrong with him. It actually gives him a logical excuse that actually makes sense. If we don't take away that excuse, then there is no fixing Tua, because we don't even know what's wrong. He's just wrong. Bro just said people's favorite game was the Cardinals. They are wrong. I didn't know I said people's favorite game is the Cardinals. They are wrong. I thought I said people say his best game was the Cardinals, and I feel like it was the Patriots game. If that's their opinion, I disagree with them. I feel like the Patriots game was his best game. I don't care about no weak zone defense and you running through it and blah, blah, blah. Patriots had a solid, good game plan against him, and he figured that crap out and stuck it to him. Arizona running that weak zone. Everything was open. He finding wide open receivers all day for 7 yards. Even where they ran so much zone, he was running free, even rushing yards. What he did that day, I feel like almost every quarterback could have done. Anyway, man, I'm at 3:00. I need to actually get up out of here. I'm going to do a show later, of course. Hopefully we make some more news with the Browns trade Baker. What's wrong? You messing with me. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
Say, let's go Dolphins.
Let's go to the office.
Let's go Dolphins. Let's go Dolphins. Go Dolphins, boy. Where your pants at?
Oh my God.
Did you use the restroom? Did you use the potty?
Yeah.
Then go put your pants back on, okay? You got me lifting you on camera trying to show everybody your goodies. Yeah, bye. Go put your pants on, okay? Lord. I'm coming out. You can come with me to go pick up Carter from school, okay? Tell mommy we're going to go. Charles Harris getting paid by Lions. Wow. All right, man. I'm gonna see y'all later. We're gonna talk more about the free agency and stuff later and the moves that we made. Let me go ahead get into the family mode, and then I will see y'all this evening, probably early evening. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. Again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Let your friends and family members know that we are over here at TDPHINSTALK. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all so much. Salute, salute, salute. And if you want to go check out the All Sports channel, TD Sports Talk is up. I will see y'all soon. Peace. I'm out.